Jericho?
Yeah.
Prove it.
All right.
This should be a banger meet early and often. Cannot wait to see if the monster Kyle Nelson is too much of a levels test for our board. But Blake the Builder, who is looking honestly impressive. I mean, what he did against Shane Young, even if Shane Young was hockless, he got absolutely smoked by our boy Blake the Builder. And it was good to see, right? Because you never knew how he was going to perform in his debut. We saw all the hype coming off Contender Series, but you just never know with these Contender Series guys. Some guys are killing it from the onset, others are getting smoked, but Bilder was able to make easy work of Shane Young, and he's getting a pretty decent test in this one against Kyle Nelson. And Kyle Nelson is a solid UFC vet. I mean, he has 6 or 7 total fights, and the last time we saw him, even though he's on like a fat L streak, he's technically lost 4 of 6, 1 draw, and only the 1 win. Most recently was that draw. It was against the Korean Superboy Doo Ho Choi, and that was a pretty close fight. Like, Kyle Nelson, I thought, looked very much more competitive in that contest than he did in the fights against Jai Herbert when he got slept by Billy Q. Like, he was on a pretty bad L streak. So I thought it was an impressive draw. He definitely made a name for himself in that contest. So what are your thoughts on this one? Is Bilder going to just run through this guy? Because he opened around minus 170, minus 180, but he swelled to about minus 250 now. So there's a lot of action coming in on Blake the Builder. Do you buy it? Are you continuing on this hype train, or is Kyle Nelson too much?
Yeah, no, man, this is such a great fight, and my boy is Blake Bilder, and this is an easy lock. I mean, minus 200, this is, this is a blessing. This should be minus 2,000 in my opinion, because this is a absolute, El Animal is going to demolish this monster into smithereens. I feel a little bad for Kyle Nelson because he's basically going to be going on a 4-fight win streak in his home country's Canada, and man, I just hate to see it, but I'm just so hype on Blake Bilder. The dude's got an amazing story. The dude's an absolute inspiration, an absolute savage, and he's only getting better and better. So happy to see that he's getting now some respect because he's been a big dog the last few fights, and your boy's been cashing. So this one, I'm glad to see 94% Tapology. It seems everyone's now joined the the L Animal hype train. So very cool to see. But yeah, I think Blake Bilder gets it done.
Yeah, good stuff. I wanted to talk to you about that 94% Tapology. Majority is copper. There's still a lot of beige for the decision and a little bit of brown for the KO. Are you buying that? Are you rolling with a Bilder finish, or could you see this being an easy work, unanimous decision? How do you see it playing out?
Honestly, I think it's going to go decision because Kyle Nelson's no joke. He's pretty good all around, good grappling, good striking. He will have the reach advantage, which, I'm very curious to see because Blake Bilder, he's got, I think he's a Golden Glove, champ, in his hometown. So he's got the boxing, he's got the striking. He's a pretty solid all around. Watch the Shane Young fight. And Shane Young's, he's okay, but, he's an okay striker. And Blake Bilder put a clinic on him. It was just pretty easy work. Didn't have to exert too much energy. Didn't have to try too hard, and this one is a way tougher fight in my opinion, but I think Blake is so well rounded. His grappling though is his expertise. I mean, his grappling is absolutely insane. So I'm very excited to see, does he mix it up? Does he keep it on the feet, or does he just go straight to ground and pound, get the submission, get the TKO on the ground, easy work first round? It's going to be interesting to see. I'm not too sure, but I'm going to lean more decision than KO or sub, but it wouldn't surprise me if he gets a finish. He is an animal.
Yeah, I like that. I buy that for sure because Kyle Nelson's tough, right? I mean, if he went the distance with Superboy and he's gone the distance with some other tough guys before, I could see this being maybe not the closest or most competitive, but one that definitely goes 15 minutes. And one more Kyle Nelson, I don't think it's just going to be like the easiest work ever. I could see him having some moments, but like the Builder, I mean, this guy just looks like an absolute powerhouse, almost like a 145 Sean Brady. Like, I love what he's doing, and I like your call, mate. I think he's going to get this done as a decision. But like you said, if he finishes the monster, I could see him just absolutely coming through on that one because Blake the Builder is living up to his name as El Animal, and this should be another win for him nonetheless. So we're both going with Builder. Any last thoughts?
No, yeah, if you guys have not checked out his Instagram and see how hard this guy is training, I mean, there's just no way you can really doubt this man at this point. He's on a beautiful fight win streak, looking great, looking strong, and I think he's only going to keep rising to the top. I'm very curious to see this prospect. Throw in the comments, are you hype on Animal, or is the monster going to eat the animal?